All right, here we go. So I said I'd do every 2 weeks, but I had something I wanted to work on today. So I figured this was a good idea to just motivate me and get me to look at this. So I've been in touch with Kelly Muro from NorthCommerce, and I wanted to see how NorthCommerce runs on Ymir, so that we can see if things work out of the box, or if there's like a compatibility layer that I need to do. So that's basically my goal for today. For today's stream is just to take a look, see, try to deploy a new project, create a new project, deploy a new project with NorthCommerce, see what happens, and we'll go from there. So let me share my screen. Entire screen. Share. Here we go. All right. So I create an empty directory with for NorthCommerce. We're going to create a new project. This is I love doing that because it's like an easy way for me to show like how easy it is to set up this stuff. So we're going to call it NorthCommerce. I like Bedrock, but let's just do a regular WordPress install for this time. And we're going to do US East 1. Would you like to create it? Use yes. Yes. What database prefix? Yeah, let's just do NorthCommerce. That's great. Staging, yes. Would you like to install it? Yes, do it. So this is like the WordPress install. So because the directory is empty, it's going to be like, oh, hey, like, do you want to install WordPress? And obviously I would love that. So we're doing that with WP-CLI here. And then we also need the Ymir plugin. So it's going to do that for us. And do we want to deploy with a container image? The answer is yes. But this makes me think that I did not start Docker. So we're going to start my favorite thing, which is Docker. And oh, are you just going to put this here in front of my screen? Oh my goodness. Docker, what are you doing, sir? Okay, let's hide you. Are you still open? No, you're closed. Okay, let's go back here and start it. All right, so in here, now we have all WordPress, all that good stuff. Everything's here. Our environment's being created right now. Let's start looking at what we need to do. So we have our project. In the plugins, we have Ymir, Akismet. Let's get rid of you, Akismet. Delete. Move to trash. Yes. And then Hello Dolly can also go away. And if we just do reveal in Finder here, I already have NorthCommerce downloaded and unzipped. So we're just going to put that in the plugins. Perfect. So now we have NorthCommerce. That's a copy that Kelly gave me. And we have Ymir. So at this point, we're just good to go. Let's go for the big leagues and get PHP 8.4. I have no idea. Actually, does he say it in his silence is golden? NorthCommerce requires PHP 7.4, doesn't specify. So we'll try 8.4, see what happens. And I'd also like to install Query Monitor. We don't have a valid install of WordPress right now, so we're gonna have to do that by hand. Query monitor, because WP CLI does not work if we don't have a local working copy. So we're just gonna do that ourselves. Where are you, sir? Okay. Query monitor. And we're going to put that in the plugins as well. Okay. So I think we have like a good foundation to just start looking at things. The cool thing with using just a regular WordPress install too is I can just be really cowboy Cody and we can just like play with the plugin files ourselves. So we're going to start deploying. See, I'm bad. I haven't updated my CLI. Like we noticed last time, it could be long. I'm hoping there's not too many assets or things to. Okay, that's good. It did pretty quick here. So hopefully we can just get to a deployed site. So I've actually never. I mean, maybe Kelly can find this useful because I've never used NorthCommerce before. So I'm literally gonna go into this completely blind. But personally, I'm very excited about NorthCommerce. I think the e-commerce is a really strong growth opportunity for WordPress, and WooCommerce I feel isn't moving fast enough and solving key problems. So hopefully this is interesting, and more competition is always good. So that's great. So hopefully for Kelly, but for now, I'm always, like I said, Ymir's like key use case is e-commerce. So anything that does e-commerce on WordPress, I'm interested in getting to work or looking into it. Like I've done some easy digital downloads too back in the day. So that's another platform if you're not familiar. Easy digital downloads. It's created by this guy named Pippin, but now he sold it and now it's part of Automotive. But yeah, this is, another e-commerce plugin, mostly digital, but, very cool. Lots of extensions, things I can do. Like, I don't know. Did they really process 30 million orders? I assume so, but anyhow, it's been around for a long time and it's really good. So that's another platform that I've even written about because a lot of plugins use easy digital downloads to manage their licenses. So, when I'd written a blog post about that, I think blog Ymir easy digital downloads. Yeah, why serverless is perfect. Yeah, so I wrote about that like a year or two, but again, it's really useful in that use case as well, because usually licensing servers are pretty quiet, except when you, let's say, publish a new version of a plugin, then everybody's going to phone home at roughly the same time because they're all upgrading and they're revalidating their licenses. So it can put a lot of strain on hosting systems like that. I know some people have done crazy things, like not crazy, but they kind of work around it while using like Cloudflare workers or things like that. But anyways, it was always a useful use case for easy digital downloads as well. Deployment fail. I got the same problem last time. The issue I had was actually, I'm gonna go here for a second and go back here. And no, this is not what I want to do. So the last time we had a similar issue on the last stream. Yeah, there's something going on. I can't reproduce it, but see, it's not creating the staging. And this is one of the, I mean, maybe this will force me to just work on it, but basically most of Ymir is like self-healing. So if something's missing, I'll recreate it, except for the CloudFront distributions. For some reason, well, those are very complex, but also it's just, I never built those to be self-healing. But if something happens like just now, are you sure you want to delete the NorthCommerce? Yes. Yes. Okay, so we're going to delete everything. Yeah, see, now it's disabled. So this is going to, but yeah, the whole thing then, I thought maybe it's something with, yeah, and then staging console function. Yeah, that's basically, it doesn't exist. Ah, account cache policy limit reached. That's the issue. Got it. This is something you can change now with the service quotas, actually. So let's try to see. Otherwise, I'll delete another project to make some space. But AWS services, CloudFront, this is basically an introduction to cache policy. Cookies, cache policies per AWS account, not available. Utilization not available, but we can change that. Request and increase. Let's say I want 50. So let's see if this might be instant, or we might have to wait and delete something, because like it said, if it's a small increase, okay. Pending. All right. Well, it's possible that we're not going to get this solved this time. So let's see what I could delete. So I could delete the Radical project from last week, because that one worked. In the end, after the stream, I was able to fix it. So it would work. Ymir delete. Yes. Yes. Policies. See, I have 20 here. Oh, it's because this isn't deleted yet. Okay. Yeah, so once everything's deleted, we should have more space for our policies. But yeah, this is like one of the limits that AWS has. Sometimes I run into issues like that, and I'm not paying quite attention to what's happening. So yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to be an automatic one. So wah. it's always sweet when it's automatic. Before, it never even used to be automatic, so it's like it was super obnoxious. But yeah, this takes a while, so unfortunately we're kind of stuck here. But I'll go back a bit and talk a bit more about e-commerce. But yeah, so with e-commerce, like Ymir with e-commerce is really the best option possible, because you really want that kind of scaling up and down. And there's so many use cases like this, where it's like, oh, you're like really pushing your thing to the limit, but it's just for specific scenarios. Like I said, like, oh, you basically have software licenses and you create a new version of your plugin, and then you're checking the license. So in that context, you're going to have a lot of traffic, and it's self-inflicted. Well, I mean, it's self-inflicted. You have no choice, right? You basically have to send product updates out, and then when product, plugin updates happen, a lot of people are going to download them, and that's going to trigger a lot of license calls. And especially now with WordPress having like automatic updates and things like that. So if your stuff triggers from that, then you basically, the minute you send your new version out, you're asking to get kind of swarmed in that respect. So it's really the same idea here with EDD. So with NorthCommerce, the idea is, okay, this is a new e-commerce platform. He's trying to do things kind of differently, but at the end of the day, it's still e-commerce. So you still have a lot of the hosting challenges that you'll have with any e-commerce platform. So our talks have been related to just, let's see how it runs, first of all, because one of the challenges with Ymir is just depending on how you program things, you can cause a lot of problems. Now, I don't really expect to see, I mean, if we see a lot of problems right now, that's like probably not a good sign, because a vanilla e-commerce install should be pretty lean and fast. It's not like we have hundreds of products or whatnot. But again, the idea right now is just to make sure that nothing breaks, and then from there, I can work with him, and we can get like a better, a more reasonable example of a store that we can use for testing purposes. So, here we go. NorthCommerce is gone. Let's see what's happening for the policies. Yeah, it should be just 19, unfortunately. Oh, wait, there's some. This one's not. This one's a dummy one from like testing. So we might actually be good. Yeah, let's go. Okay. So we can go back to NorthCommerce, do the same thing again. NorthCommerce. I guess it couldn't detect it. Interesting. Okay, that looks like a bug to me. It should have just known that it's WordPress and existing 0 NorthCommerce. Yes, but it doesn't matter because the databases are created already. Oh, it's still not deleted. Ugh. Might call it something else. You want to try again? Yes. Yes. US East. Yes. Yes. NorthCommerce. Yes. Okay, we got it. And we don't need this because we already did it. Oh, shoot. No, I did want. Oh, shoot. Ymir list Docker. Oh wait, grep Docker create. We'll just do it manually. All right, so what we need here is to do deployment image. We'll just do it like this. Okay, cool. So at this point, we have what we need. It should be creating boat. Yeah, let's go. NorthCommerce staging, NorthCommerce production. We are to go. Ymir deploy. Yeah, so when you do a lot of projects like I do, you run into a lot of the limits that AWS has. So especially for me, because I keep random projects going. Like this is, I mean, this one's staying on forever because it's something I did to demo for 10up. So 10up has Head Start, which is a Next.js framework that they built. And I just wanted to showcase like how Ymir is really good with like headless stuff. So it's just, you have like, this is hosted on Vercel, but everything else is just coming from Ymir. So like all the content, all of, when it's making queries, all of that, this is all happening on Ymir's side. And then the display is all on Vercel. That's why it's like a Vercel app. So some of the projects I keep for testing and other reasons. So it's just, I run into a lot of these limits for that reason. All right, we're getting somewhere. So now it's uploading the assets, and once that's done, deployment starts. So this is happening a lot quicker than last week when I was trying with Radical. And after that, once we have the assets in place, it won't ask them again every deployment. So that's really good. But yeah, so I mean, there's advantages to doing something like that is you hit like what I'm doing, which is keep a lot of resources, projects, and things like that, is that you'll end up hitting these limits, and then you can figure out, because sometimes with AWS, you have the service quota, but they'll tell you you can't increase it. So there's some stuff like that where if you just see, I forget how I found CloudFront, CloudFront, there's some stuff where account level, so they'll tell you not adjustable, or like the timeout. So those are not adjustable. So you can't make service requests for them. But still, this used to be really painful. So like having something like that is great. But yeah, figuring out those limits, sometimes you design a solution to a problem and then you realize that it's a bit of a mess because, for example, I create a lot of cache policies. At the beginning, I thought this might be a problem, but in the end, this can be changed. So if you have a lot of environment, because with 20, realistically, you can only have like 10 projects because it's 2 policies per account. Like if we look at the policies, like each project has one. You have one for your staging and your project production. And that's really important because those policies are going to be different. And that's how AWS wants you to do things now. This isn't how it used to be, but now this is how they want it. But okay, but if you were at the beginning, I thought you were limited to only 20, which is like, okay, well, I'm never going to be able to use this feature. I built it and then I realized that you couldn't use it that way, and that was broken. Oh, okay, so here we go. Yeah, so but then I found that you could actually increase the policies. So there's something there that can be fixed. So because otherwise it just didn't make sense. All right. So as you can see, like, once you don't run into my little issues here, it's 4 minutes to deploy. It took like a few seconds to create the project. It's really, really fast to get something running. So we're going to call it NorthCommerce Ymir, love, heart. Oh, heart. Yeah, there we go. And then, oh, well, it doesn't really matter anyways. I'm going to hide this anyways. Don't want you knowing the password, so I'm going to put something that's not the most secure, but it's just easy, and I don't have to, yeah, this doesn't matter, and I can just do carlalexander@gmail.com, but also that doesn't matter because we can't send emails. But here we are at NorthCommerce loves Ymir, the test site. All right. Alexander. All right. So we have our plugins. Ymir is always active. Let's activate Query Monitor. So as you can see, it's quite fast. Like vanilla WordPress on this. We didn't even play with the memory actually, but yeah, it's quite fast. Oh, this is a new team. What's the team now? 2025. Simplicity, and it offers flexible design options supported by a variety of patterns for different page types, such as services, landing page. Okay. All right. We also have 2024. So yeah, you can activate, but let's look at NorthCommerce. What happens? Yeah, so this was a bit long, 1.62 seconds, but it took longer than that actually to get back. But all right, so errors deprecated. Okay, these are just PHP 8.4 errors. So now we're at NorthCommerce is active. Let's go. Okay. Products, categories, coupons, integrations, payments, Molly, shipping. So you can install for bricks. Okay. Let's just try to create a product here. One-time product, test product. Regular product. Foobar. Okay, cool. So SKU, product images. Okay, let's see. That's a good one to test. So media library. So if I just do downloads, so okay, here's my picture at CloudFest. So if we send those in, the thing is right now we don't have image processing enabled, so it's redimensioning everything locally, but okay, well, look, let's save the product. Let's okay. Search here, page not found. Yes. Is it published? Published. Okay, so it is published. Products, text products. So the permalinks don't work. So that's like one issue. We can try real quick to just do writing, reading, permalinks. So sometimes, yeah, see, it shouldn't be on this. It should be on something like simple, like post names. Should update your HT access now. We don't need to do that. Okay. Let's take a look now. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so something with the post permalinks, probably a bug on the plugin side. Because by default, it should really have another one set up. I believe I have that already, but let's take a quick look. Oh, maybe I didn't have that. Interesting. Get permalink. Yeah, so maybe there's something there in the sense that it's not setting the right permalink structure. But now that we have it, we can definitely do that. Add to cart. Yeah, let's do. I want 2 of me. And then check out customer. Okay. Customer email address. Sure. I'm still going to be Carl Alexander. Actually, let's do it to carl@ymirapp.com. Would I like? No. All right. For shipping. That's right. We don't need shipping. Payment. We don't need to pay anything. So what happens if we place an order? Can something happen? Okay, save and continue. Okay, let's go back here and look. So overview, settings, licenses, and update. Enter your life to receive live payments. Yeah, I don't necessarily want that. Create shipping rates. It was under integration payments, but oh, there we go. Let's do cash on delivery. Are you sure you want to? Yes. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Save and continue. place your order. Your cart is empty. So we created a order, unpaid. Okay, so it did create an order here. Can we delete? Show filters, show 5. Edit order, cancel. Okay, well, that's interesting. Let's go back, NorthCommerce. So now the home page doesn't work, but this is probably checkout, thank you. I think this is probably stuff from NorthCommerce. So products. Okay, let's go back. So we now have 3 of them, 2 of them. So if I go to the cart, cart's empty. Very interesting. My guess is that there's probably some cookies that need to happen here. And that's messing it up. Because, yeah, we should definitely have something in the cart. It definitely remembers that we have stuff in the cart. Because if I just do checkout, see, it knows. See, now checkout is, cart is empty. But here, the cart's always empty. So let's take a quick look. At the console. So if I add 1 product, we have something. If I update it to 2, we have something. So if I hide this, we're good. But if I go to cart, nothing's empty. Your cart is empty. But if I go to checkout, we're not empty. And if I do continue, save and continue, and then place an order. Okay, there's a lot of errors for some inline styles, but that's like with Stripe. Vendor third-party JS. Okay, let's just click and see what happens. There we go. No payment method setup. Okay, let's go back. Did it create an order for this? It did not. I really wonder how we delete those, but okay, settings. Integrations, we did put cash on delivery. Yes. So we have cash on delivery, but I'm trying to figure out why it won't. WP die, get overview info, top level. Okay, so that's another thing going on here. Customers coupon settings. So really, there's nothing to tell me how to standard store currency products, cart icons, cart page. Sync products. Sync products with what? Okay. And then notification, API docs. So there's nothing really here to tell me. I have payments enabled for this, but it does not show up as a payment option. Not required, but we do want payment on delivery. Okay, what if I just put PayPal? Okay, it wants an API key. So all of these are going to need an API key. It's just not the cash on delivery, but cash on delivery is not showing up unless I can put it in the product. Can you choose the payment options from the product page? General information, product images, shipping. You don't need to schedule it immediately. So even for this one, there's no way for me to say, okay, let's try something else. Let's put $1 as the price. Okay, they didn't update it here, but products, test product. Okay, so this one is now $1. Let's look here and see what happens. So I want to check out for my $1 product. Type X. There's a lot of little errors here. Cash on delivery. Okay, so now we have cash on delivery. Save and continue. Okay. Yay! Okay, so we got it working. So basically, that's more for Kelly when he looks at this video. If you have a free product, it kind of struggles. But otherwise, so this one's unpaid. Oh, it updated the same one. Interesting. But now it's created. Status unfulfilled and unpaid. So if I wanted to do edit, collect payment, pay with credit card, mark as paid. Cool. And did I get an invoice? Oh, it wouldn't work actually, because yeah, it wouldn't work. Because you can't send emails with this. Yeah, like if you look at the dashboard, we can't send emails when we're using a vanity domain, but honestly, it's looking pretty solid so far. I think this is just all stuff that NorthCommerce is changing. That's why it's like broken. But there's the cart page. So the cart page kind of interesting because it wasn't working. Like if I do add to cart, yeah, so now it added it. Yeah, I think it's probably a cookie because like if I look, oh, this is the plugin. Going to CLI on Cloudflare. Not Cloudflare, on GitHub. But when I change the configuration for, let's say, WooCommerce, I have to put some whitelist of some cookies, basically. So I'm guessing that these ones, there's probably something here I need. Like excluded pat. Oh, those are all really good. So cart, checkout. I mean, it shouldn't matter right now because I'm logged in, but it might be worth looking into these. So if we do, I also wanted to increase the memory to see how that would work. Website, memory. I'm going off memory here. And then if we look, we can definitely do excluded paths. Oh, I didn't do gateway false either. Let's do gateway false. Cron warm up CDN. Sorry, I really like those things alphabetically. Okay. So the CDN assets, then we have excluded paths. Paths. That's not what we want. We just want cart checkout. Just start with cart and checkout. Slash cart slash checkout. What else do we need based on this? We would also need forwarded header. Yeah, I don't know if we need all of those. It's something to definitely check with. With Kelly in terms of what we need. So webhooks, API docs. So this is just, does it say the cookies? No. What about if I go to NorthCommerce? You have a docs page, blog features, roadmap, affiliate, Discord, change logs. No. Yeah, so I'm going to have to figure it out. Because if I just go in here, like set cookie, and then BWP content, plugins. Yeah, okay. Set cookie, customer ID. Order ID. Yeah. Check for cookie. Please use welcome again. All right. I'm not sure what cookies we need, but let's give this a try. I'm gonna keep looking while we're. Oh, CDN caching must be set to enabled. Thank you. Enabled. And let's go. So, yeah, so what we're trying to look for here is anything around cookie. If I just say cookie, default cookie, notice cookie, get cookie this. But what is the cookies? What are the cookies? Cookie manager, clear this cart order ID cookie. Ah, NC cart. Cool. What if I did something like this? NC cart order ID. So we at least have the cart order ID. So that needs to be added. What we were trying to do here is cookie whitelist. So with the cookie whitelist, we want to do CDN cookie whitelist. I don't know why you think this is correct, but we could be kind of a bit greedy right now and just say it's NC star. So I'm deploying right now, but we're gonna redeploy again with this. So we now know that the prefix possibly is NC dash for all the cookies. Oh, Kelly's here. Sorry, I just noticed that Kelly's here. It only saves a cookie for the cart. Okay, so we found it. Sorry, I'm like not used to looking at chats. Let's see. Did I get anything? Because I kept YouTube open, but I haven't looked if anybody's. No, it's just you on YouTube. Perfect. Well, I'm glad I messaged you. Okay, cool. So we're good actually. So let me do a quick look here, and so it's NC cart order ID is what we need. So we're gonna redeploy one more time. See, it's a lot faster this time because we're like a cookie whitelist. Cookies. Oh, okay. Cookies whitelist. There we go. Okay. So we're just going to redeploy again. Yeah, it's going a lot faster because we skipped this step. So I mean, I don't know if there's a docs page basically. Like, so I looked at the bottom here. I couldn't see anything. Where else did I go look? I looked on the settings. So you have like this kind of crazy page here with all the things. So that's cool, but yeah, I couldn't find anything about cookies. So, and one thing that if you go look earlier, Kelly, like I started with a product that costs $0. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, it's probably like redeploying. Distribution. Yeah, it's redeploying. So if you have a product that costs $0, are we doing it? Yay, okay, we're in. All right, so if you have a product that costs $0, like it just kind of like goes crazy. Here, I'll show you. I'll edit. I'll put it to 0. But I wonder, I mean, we'll see once I do the product update, but like products. So this costs 0, so I can add it to cart. There we go. So it's added to cart. Ooh, okay, let's try again. Provider ID doesn't reference an existing object. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so let's switch it back to $1 and see what happens. I don't know if it's like, yeah, I don't think you have anything about cookies, which is good. You should have something because like if you're using a CDN or whatnot. Okay, so the product updates, but now we're like provided ID doesn't reference an existing object. Interesting. All right, let's try something new. Let's try, I want to see here anyways if the cart stuff works. Okay, so this worked. Yeah, the cart's empty for some reason, but the checkout also is empty. Okay, so this is different. Yeah, so storage. So we have the cart order ID value. So this is saved. So this part's working for sure. But the cart stuff is not. And it should not be cached either. So if I look here, oh, it says hit from CloudFront. It definitely should not. What did we do here? /cart/checkout. Yeah, these should be ignored, but I think it's always a hit anyways because like we removed the gateway. No, it is a miss. Okay. So do we need to do something more drastic for this to work? Right now, I have this part. This part's broken if you're logged in. So we have it broken when we're logged in and broken when it's not logged in, but for different reasons. Because if we just go to products, one result, if I add to cart again, yeah, it just flat out doesn't remember the cart. Interesting. Yeah, added a second. So here it adds a new one each time. And then if you delete, it deletes all of them. Interesting. Oh, the cart page won't work. The shortcode is broke. Okay. Yeah. So here with the checkout, so it kept it, but now we've lost the provided ID doesn't reference an existing object. Is this anywhere? Oh yeah, there we go. DB agent. So access get table ID changes. So the existing ID doesn't reference an existing object. Is it just because we have a temporary order? Oh, we have orders created with 6 items. Okay. Can we, how do we like cancel? Close, created. Ah, there we go. Abandoned. So if I just go here and I do abandoned as well. So I have one that was created. One that was abandoned. Yeah. Right now, the interesting thing is this whole ID thing. Okay, now it worked from here, but it adds the thing is kind of broken. Can't set the quantity to available one. So if I do add to cart here, do checkout. Yeah, checkout, cart's empty now. Very interesting. I'm gonna try removing let's remove the cookie whitelist and see what happens. Because for this, see, this one is the only one that succeeded. This was like the one I paid $1. This one worked great. All the other ones just end up in some weird limbo thing. Okay. Let's wait till this is done and then we'll see. But overall, at least the admin works okay. But yeah, like there's stuff going on with the front end. But I'm not 100% sure it's Ymir per se. Let's wait. What ended up happening with my service quota? Sorry, this is my ADHD brain. I'm like, must keep my mind occupied. Okay. So nothing here. All right, we're almost done. Okay. Oh. Okay. VB, line item, right policy, invalid item found. Okay, but this is, if I do checkout now, okay, so things are less buggy. Maybe. What's happening here? All orders, none of them. So funny. Provider doesn't exist. Okay, let's try something. Storage, logged in, Stripe, and see. Let's delete the cookie. All right, okay, let's start back fresh. Frush. Okay, so I can do this. See, this again adds a second thing down here, which is very bizarre. And then the checkout's not even working. So that's over here. So we definitely have the cart ID being added back. Quantity 0 is not valid. I'm trying to remove. See, if I try to do that, it adds a second one. Yeah. There's something going on here. We didn't have that issue earlier on the first deploy. But now it's not the, because if we look at the CloudFront stuff, staging, let's deploy, behaviors, like, see, we have cart and checkout. I'm wondering if it's like picky about checkout with a dash. If I go here, check the network. Request, response. So what we're looking for is a miss. Okay, so miss is good. We want misses. Oh, now it says hit. It's not good. So what we really need is for things to see, like this is not working. And then if I click checkout, yeah, the thing doesn't save. Status. Yeah, so there's definitely something going on here. But so far, I would say I'm not 100%. So we definitely going to need this. I don't see how this works without the NC cart order ID. But when we have that, cart checkout, like, what if I was like greedy and did this? Let's try this. This might be my last thing that I try for today. But based on what we know so far, we definitely want to have the cart order ID excluded, because what the whitelist does is it basically says, if you have this cookie, don't cache, which is important, because if this is what I was testing with the incognito window, is we need to have different things that happen based on different order IDs. But right now, is it even the same one? So I'm getting the same order ID regardless, which that's an interesting bug too, because that order ID should not be the same. Like, I'm a different person. The Carl logged in is a different person from the Carl on this page, you know, like this should be without anything, but it definitely has it. So if I delete, like if I delete all here, and we look, okay, so we have nothing, but oh, this is a different ID now. Okay, so we have a different ID. Oh, we're not deployed yet. So, but Okay, so if I do negative, does not work though. But cookies, order ID. Yeah, this is still different. So if I add to cart, okay, so now it's broken again. Yeah, this is very interesting. I would say probably a NorthCommerce issue, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, if we delete everything again, so at this point, we have it deployed the way we want to. The distribution should be updating here. Yeah, it's deploying, but usually those types of changes kick in right away. So cookie. So we have no cart ID yet. So if I do add to cart, okay, this is again a different cart. And then okay, so this one didn't do it correctly this time. I added a second one below. And then if I go to checkout with my cart ID, still nothing happens. But I have a different cart ID. So that part's clear. We're getting something added, but after that, it's a bit hazy what's happening. Yeah, so if I do -1 is not a valid thing, we still have this. And I think now it's going to be broken. Okay, no, it's not broken. Yeah, this is really interesting in terms of behavior. Because the order ID is sticking around, and we can do something like this, add to cart, this added 2 to the cart. And then if I want to add 3 to the cart, what happens? It just shows 3. If I want to remove, 0 is not a valid thing. So yeah. So there's something going on, but it's not like, if I'm looking here, if I do checkout, so this is a miss, perfect. And this is a miss as well. So, and if we just repeat that again, sorry, I got distracted for a second, but if we repeat this again, there are always misses. So we're in a good spot in terms of what's happening in terms of the environment configuration. But like I said, there's something going on with the cart where it's just not liking, like, orders from the order ID. What do we get as a response? Order number 1007. So if we go, oh, I don't know what I closed, but created. Okay, 10,017. See, it's like crazy because now it's got 10 items. Like, it just adds them one at a time. Was this what it's seeing? Order once time, payment status, ID 5, customer payment, taxes, subtotal. See, the subtotal is wrong. Subtotal's 13. WP-JSON get. Hit from CloudFront cookies. What are we sending in terms of cookies? How is it determining if you're logged in. I don't know if Kelly's here. But that was, I think, on the settings page, API docs. Yeah, this is very interesting. What if I do, actually, we're gonna be a bit sneaky here. So I want to do this wrap. No, paw. Yeah, paw was it's my Postman equivalent. 4.2.8. I'm on 0. I'm not really concerned with this right now. Okay, let's bring this here. Did it die? No. Okay. So requests, Ymir create attachment. We'll just do a new request here. So if I do a get request for this, what happens? Okay. So this, maybe this is the issue right now. We might need to exclude NC data because it doesn't authenticate. So there's no way to, yeah. So we're doing a lot of countries. Let's try this. We're going to exclude the JSON API. I don't think that's a great solution if that's what we need to do, but let's just play around with that as an option. So I'm going to just leave. I want to try without this. So we're going to do, this is what I would ideally hope that the configuration needs to be. But it's making a lot of API calls, and those API calls, because they don't have any authentication to them, will cause a problem. On the caching front, because at the very least, the one for orders should not. I think this is something I have to figure out with Kelly, but there's just, this should not, obviously this shouldn't be cached, or it should be cache busted, which Ymir can do, but I can see this getting really expensive. If we have to cache bust every get of the cart, it's probably better off to just not cache it. But for now, we're going to exclude the entire API and see if that fixes the issue. My guess is that that might be what's causing everything to be problematic right now. Because there's just right now nothing to tell you, oh, this cache, this value is out of date now. This value is, that this value is good. And they're all GET requests. So GET requests always get cached. So that's another issue, is that in this specific scenario, we're going to cache the order ID and all that stuff. So it's just going to cause a lot of problems. All right, so we've we've gotten rid of this. We can go back here. Okay. This is a 404, the fav icon. Orders, line items, response, headers. So this is a miss from CloudFront now. Okay, let's go to products, add to cart, remove. Oh, okay, wait, it's good now. Yeah, look, we got it. Okay. We're gonna delete everything. There's no clear cart, no. Okay, but this is the issue. Okay, we found it. Shop for all products. Yeah, okay. I think we're in a much better position now. So if I go to, hell yeah, okay. So again, Ymir, Carl at ymirapp.com. Continue with shipping, cash on delivery, save and continue. And then if we do place your order, done. And if I go to checkout, cart's empty. The cart page is broken, but we can do a new product, add to cart, checkout. Yeah, okay. So now I'm wondering if the issue with the zero price was also tools, products. So if I put it to $0 and update the product, then we view the product. Cool. So let's go back. Add to cart. Boom, boom. We want 2 for 0. Carl at ymirapp.com. Continue, shipping, save and continue. Okay, so this doesn't let me choose a payment thing. And then, okay, so the bug's still there. So Kelly can take a look. So this doesn't work. If the thing's worth 0, the whole thing breaks out. But we got pretty far. I'm actually really happy with, again, for me, the fact that I just didn't have to do really anything and it worked, you know. I can add, you know, another CloudFest picture. And the fact that this works, everything else works is great. See, I can select, we can add it. So that part's good. I know that with media, there's a bug now. Oh, no, wait, this is working. So if I do here and I want to update. Yeah, this looked a bit janky last time I tested. So I think this might need to, okay, crunching. Let's see what happens. Okay. We have the media library. Yeah, looks a bit broken here, but it could just be like I need to update stuff because I have to manually do that. But the fact that this all worked really out of the bat is great. So we have some orders, unfulfilled for $3, customer no name. So we can view customer. I've done a bunch. So this is working pretty good. Like I said, the orders and all that stuff's working well. I think the major issue is, like I said, I'm not 100% sure this is how you'd want to handle it. Like, I get what's happening here, but when you're I'm not sure if you should expose that information. There's like the security aspect of it all, which is like, should you even expose like all your orders like you're doing? I'm not convinced that's a good idea. So something definitely worth investigating, but this seems to be the config. So we did achieve something. I mean, I'm gonna be tentative about this, but basically now, like what I can do is, like if I go to the CLI project, so in the CLI project, I would have under project configuration WordPress. So I would just make a new one called NorthCommerce configuration change. You know, abstract WordPress configuration change, get name. How does this work? Oh yeah, it was NorthCommerce is what we're looking at, right? So sorry. Yeah, NorthCommerce with a dash. So we'd have NorthCommerce with a dash, WooCommerce. So the name's WooCommerce. Then we basically get options to merge. So we'll need something like this. All right, we'll leave it. I mean, the cookie whitelist is for sure. Let's see. What did we have again? It was NC cart order ID. I'm just gonna start. You know, cart checkout. And we don't need those right now. Okay. So Elementor uploads. Yeah, so get base include path, get project type. But yeah, so this covers NorthCommerce so far. Like I said, I don't want to put the API. This to me is a design problem. I mean, if we have to, but I might, you know, since this is just, we're playing around right now, anyhow. So it's just, I'm more interested in waiting, but this to me is not great. Just because I'm not 100% sure what's the correct way of doing it. It just seems not ideal to me that you can literally get every order. Like you can literally use this to get every order. So it's, yeah, there's something there that needs to be considered. Some sort of protection of the endpoint. So something to think about. But hey, we got it largely working. We found some bugs. So Kelly can, God forbid I have some bugs, like I said, the permalink stuff is always a pain in the butt, basically. But it should not have the index thing at the beginning. I'm just like, I don't know how that happens constantly, but I need to make sure that it's not there. But otherwise, we did a great job. This was a productive puttering session. We achieved some things. We tested some stuff. We had some fun, which is important because in this day and age, with AI doing all the things, I like coding for fun. So to me, this is what this stream is about. So that's it for this time. And thanks, Kelly, and everybody else that stopped by. We'll be working on that and improving things. But I'm really happy, again, with how things worked out, because it just shows that Ymir's integration layer is pretty solid. And it's just a question of figuring out these kind of bespoke options and settings, which honestly, not every plugin's that way, but this, e-commerce is definitely prone to having more configurations options needed. So that's it. So have a great week, and I will catch you on the next puttering session.